live. So I'm just gonna wait for Instagram to send out the notifications. All right, people are coming in. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, ladies. Hey, ladies. Come on in. So today's topic is you bitches need hobbies. And I'm just gonna wait for more people to show up. Just about 2 minutes. I'm gonna wait. But of course, if you are just joining, don't worry. I'm going to upload this on my YouTube channel. I'm going to upload the replay. Hey, Emily. Emily, can you tell the ladies in the Discord that I'm live, because I totally forgot to do that. I totally forgot. Okay. Yeah, tell the ladies that I'm live. Okay, you can watch my video on my YouTube channel. You can go to the link in my bio and check out, you can come join my free group. You can join my Patreon if you would like, because we do, y'all, the Patreon is lit, okay, ladies? It's lit. And if you sign up today, you have access to over a year and a half worth of content to review and listen to. All right, ladies? So we have meetings every Thursday. On Sundays, we have our book club meeting. The book we are doing on this Sunday is Nice Girl Syndrome. So if you're struggling with nice girls, struggling with a certain boundary, struggling with getting what you want from men, etc., and life in general, come join the book club, because you will learn a lot. All right? So, the couture chef, hey girl, Janelle, hey Janelle, check the link in my bio and join the Hypergamous Mindset Patreon. If you would like to have access to the book club, I would recommend that you purchase the study group tier on my Patreon. All right? But anyways, let's get into the topic, ladies. And the name of the topic is You Bitches Need Hobbies. And you guys are probably wondering, oh my god, okay, don't worry, I'm not coming for you. And specifically, this topic was inspired by a post that I saw in another group. Now, the young lady started talking to a guy, and she said that they've been on 2 dates. All right. So she said the first date was a Zoom date. Now, first of all, ladies, there's no such thing as a Zoom date. I'm sorry, there's no such thing as a Zoom date at all. That's not a date. Okay, that's a glorified phone call. All right, ladies. So please stop accepting these low effort dates. I've told you guys about this. All right, it's a low effort date. I told you in my last video. You can go on my YouTube now. I talked about how these low effort dates will kill you, because there was a young lady that was unfortunately murdered. Not murdered. She was killed. She died in the middle of a low effort date. You guys can check the link in my bio and go check out that video if you haven't seen it. All right. So as there's no such thing as a Zoom date, ladies, it's just a glorified phone call. FaceTime and Zooms are just glorified phone calls. That's basically what it is. All right, ladies. So she said that they went on a date in person, which was a second date, and in my opinion, it is the first date. But then she got back and she said that he texted her, and then he texted her twice, but then she hadn't heard from him in an entire week. And oh my god, what should I do? Should I text him or whatnot? Now, ladies, I do not recommend that you text in a guy to remind him that you exist, because every time you text a guy, if you haven't heard from him after a date, what you're basically doing is reminding him that you exist, and that's very pathetic. It's not cute. Soon date, if he wants to see you, then he needs to plan for a restaurant date, yeah, or something. Not a Zoom date. I was like, a Zoom date, child. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, don't text him at all. And of course, under the post, there's a lot of women giving bad advice. And I went to her profile, and she's a beautiful woman. She is beautiful. You know, she gives me like, Hannah, you saw the lady. She gave me like Ivanka Trump vibes. Doesn't she remind you of Ivanka Trump? Hannah, you saw her? Or is it just me? Aisha said block. Block, block, blockity block. My ancestors would be ashamed of me if I said probably that I went on a Zoom date. Oh my God. Yeah, so Hannah said yes, she's pretty and she does remind me of Ivanka. Beautiful woman. And I'm like, these bitches need hobbies because first of all, I'm telling you ladies, if you are doing this the right way, you wouldn't have these problems because first of all, you need to have hobbies and interests. You need to be so busy that you don't even notice that a week went by and he didn't call you. That's how busy you should be. Because a guy that wants to see you and wants to be a part of your life, he is consistent. Stop chasing men that are not showing you consistency. Let's talk about hobbies. Your hobbies should be hobbies that is going to help you meet other people, help you network with networking, okay? There's so many things you can do. All right? My sister recently picked up horseback riding in Ghana. My sister is on Ghana for a short space of time, and already she got stuff going on in Ghana. Okay, she started going meetings to the Alliance Francaise. So my sister is out there living her best life and networking. She's not sitting up here worrying about some guy that did not call her. She doesn't have that problem because if you have things going on, and men can tell, you wouldn't have these problems because they're going to know that you're busy. Yes, Christine said sailing is a great hobby. Pick up sailing. My husband loves sailing, and sometimes I go sailing with him. I think I made a vlog about one of the sailing trip that I took with my husband. I think I vlogged that on my other YouTube channel. But yeah, my husband, he loves sailing. I mean, these days he's not sailing because of the restrictions. Okay, I don't want to use the P word or the C word or the V word. I'm not going to use none of those words here because I do not want to get flagged. Crystal always doing something. I noticed because she's always missing. Yeah, she's always missing. Like I messaged her today and I was like, what's wrong? We have words or something? Like, are you mad at me? I'm kidding. I know she's busy and she's like, girl, I'm so busy. I'm been doing all of this stuff. She is busy. And she ain't got no man problem. She's not sitting worrying about some guy that did not text her because she doesn't have those problems. These men are texting her and calling her up and taking her out and participating with the hobbies that that she has. Polio is a good hobby. Join a tennis club. Join the Rotary Club. I keep telling you all. Okay, I'm giving you all free game because this is what I talk about on my Patreon. You gotta network. You gotta put yourself out there and have interests and hobbies. Like one of my interests is beauty and skincare. I have a beauty and skincare channel. This is also one of my interests, level up, giving women advice or whatnot. So I'm pretty busy. And I have been able to monetize both my YouTube channels as well as my platform. I've been able to monetize it in some way or the other because this was an interest I had. I'm married and my husband knows that I'm always busy with my, with whatever I have going on. All right. I do manage two YouTube channels. I manage 2 Instagram accounts. I have several groups on Facebook. I have a skincare group on Facebook. I got a lot going on, ladies. All right. And I have a book club. So I'm pretty busy. So if my husband goes out all day and I don't get a call, I don't even notice. So ladies, you need interests and hobbies. Like, I'm not even kidding. If you have enough time to worry about a guy not calling you, you are not busy enough. Period. You radiate a different energy when you do things for yourself that makes you happy. People are attracted to that energy, especially men. And you know what, Emily? I agree with you 100%. 100. These men stop texting because they want to play with your cycle. It's mind games, Hannah. It's that Jedi mind trick. I mean, I could probably do an entire series on the mind games that men play. And I could just put it on YouTube because that's basically like beginner stuff. If you guys want me to do that, I'll do it because I mean the women that have been in my paid group and on my Patreon, those women are way more advanced. These Instagram lives are for the newbies, my new followers, and for my YouTube. The luxurious rule says I hate texting. Yeah, texting is not my thing either. Because I'm a terrible texter and I barely ever texted my husband when we were dating. I literally wouldn't text him back. So he learned to call me if he wants to get in touch with me. If it ain't work on me, I hate responding to anyone. Friendship, family, and men. Yeah, but that's the thing, because I know that feeling, but when it comes to networking, you will have to, you know, curb that. You gotta be you gotta put yourself out there and be willing to for people to be able to reach you, make connections, etc. With networking. With men it's different, because men get bored very easily for some reason, and usually men are rotational dating, because if a guy is if a guy is rotational dating and he's seen other women, of course he's not going to be texting you all the time, etc. And especially if you're dating a guy that has money and maybe he has a business or whatnot. And this is why you need hobbies. There's so many things you can do. I mean, I wouldn't recommend pottery or anything like that, because honestly, I would only recommend hobbies where you can meet, that can help you meet wealthy people. Horseback riding, golf, those are the type of hobbies that you need. Thanks to your Patreon, I cancel on a guy. I deserve better than a house date. Well done. Well done. And listen, I hope nobody here is going on no damn house dates. Like, don't do that. Y'all saw what happened to that young lady that went on that hiking trip. She went hiking on the first date in 105-degree weather and died of heat exhaustion. Okay, these low effort days will kill you. They will. So, ladies, you need hobbies. So, ladies, what I would ask you, ladies, to do, those of you who are listening right now, please write in the comments some hobbies that you would recommend for the women that may be listening the replay. Polio is one. Travel is one. That Patreon on Thursday, I woke up early today. My internet didn't work for half of the day. I felt so energized. I even cleaned the apartment. That's awesome. Expose all the pickup artist tricks. I could probably I can't talk today, y'all. I can probably do a series on that here on YouTube. More women need to know the basics. Yep. I can probably do a series right here on YouTube, because honestly that will give me motivation to make more content, because you all know sometimes I get very tired and sometimes I get overwhelmed sometimes, even though this is something that I enjoy doing, and sometimes I have to take a break, because this is what I forgot to mention. Yes, philanthropy is one. I like that. Travel is at the top of my list, always in the damn plane going to a next country. Absolutely. Baking, dance classes, piano. Malik said she likes ballet, flying lessons, art clubs, sports you can do in groups, vintage cars clubs, wine clubs. Y'all, listen, I'm looking into flying lessons for real, y'all. Because honestly, like, I swear to God, if I can get a helicopter license or a pilot license, like, I'm only gonna fly private jet, y'all. Okay, private jet and helicopters, like, that's it. I listen, I don't mind doing that, because I have the time. Hey girl, that's my cat. Yeah, I can do it. Yeah, anyway, one thing I forgot to mention in the Patreon yesterday, and I'm so glad that you guys are listening. Sorry, I'm seeing a notification coming in. Yeah, what was it? Yeah, sometimes it's good to take a break. If you feel burnt out, chasing your goals or doing whatever you're trying to do, trying to achieve whatever you're trying to achieve, and you feel like, it's not working out, getting results, maybe you are burnt out and maybe you do need to take a break. So I forgot to mention that one other thing on the Patreon yesterday, because we talked about discipline and consistency, and we basically discussed the reason why there are a lot of women in the level up community that are not getting results, because they do lack discipline. Hi Magic Alone, you love this look? Thanks girl. Y'all, I just went and did a whole rant in the free group today, because y'all, they got on my nerves, y'all. They got on my nerves. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say, ladies. Okay, you need to have hobbies and interests. Some of the ladies made some really great suggestions. Look and just pick one, all right? You do not have to have a bunch of hobbies and a bunch of interests. Just pick one that you think you're gonna like. Make some phone calls, do some research, and look into it and see what you can do, ladies. I'm learning to belly dance right now. Want to learn burlesque next. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, I was ranting in the other group because I shared a video of a young lady that bought some clothing from Zara, and she also bought some clothing from Shein, and like literally 9 out of 10 the clothing were the exact same thing, the exact identical, the exact same thing. The only difference was the label, and people had the nerve to get triggered under the comment talking about fast fashion and stuff like that. Like, listen, I don't chase those causes. I don't do activism and social justice warrior and that stuff. So I am not for you. I am very politically incorrect. If you want political correctness, I am not for you. Okay, leave this page, unsubscribe from my channel, and leave me alone. I am not for you. I'm telling you all. Okay, I'm 42 years old. I'm a Gen Xer. I'm a Generation X. I'm not a millennial. I'm not a snowflake millennial. That's not me. You're not going to get that stuff from me. You're not going to get kitten gloves from me. I will drag you. I will drag you. Because I have this saying, fuck your feelings. Everybody knows if you have to come join my group, especially my paid group, the number one rule is leave your feelings and leave your emotions and your morals at the door. Leave it at the door. I ain't got time for that. All right? I almost started flying, took one lesson once and was scared. It was scary but fun. You took one lesson? Why only one lesson, girl? Pick one hobby and get really good at it, yes. Wait on me. Any questions, ladies? I do not know how to title this video on YouTube, y'all, because if I use the title of this live topic, I hope I don't get flagged. You like my look? This is the bag that I choose to go with the look. Okay. And this is the shoes. I'm not wearing the shoes, but if I were going out, I wear the shoes. This is a really nice shoes that I got on Nordstrom. It's a Sam Element shoes, and I got it at a discount, y'all. So I was pretty happy about that. But yeah, that's my look for today. You're late? Oh, that's okay. That's a good one. Learn a new language, because my sister signed up with the Alliance Française because we used to network with the Alliance Française years ago. And my only regret is that I should have kept doing it, but because I was always working, I never had time to continue with it. And I was doing that when I was pretty young, and I was learning French at the Alliance Française. And they would have events and stuff like that, and a lot of the times I couldn't go because I had to work. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot about them. So she said, like, I really want to brush up on my French. And I was like, oh my God, I completely forgot about them. I would love to, connect with the Alliance Française again. Yeah, so learning a new language is also a good interest. How you sabotage your days by being basic? Is that a question? Come on over. Need another level up, sister. Which country? Okay. Helen, what country are you in? How you sabotage your days by being basic? Well, first of all, if you go on a date and at the end of the date you're going home and all you do is think about him not texting you, that's basic as fuck. So, just go on a date and enjoy the date. You're supposed to enjoy yourself. You gotta learn how to enjoy the company of men, because a lot of women are going on these dates with a lot of anxiety. It's very stressful to be, I don't know how you all do that. Just enjoy it. I talked about the overthinking and stuff before. I already talked about that, you know. So stop overthinking. It's not that serious, y'all. Like I promise you, it's not that serious. You know. I'm all the way in the Caribbean now, but I would like to see, like, I would like to go see Australia now. Okay, that's awesome. Hannah, why Australia? Why Australia? Hannah, we need to talk. I used to get nervous because I was trying to impress him. If you're trying to impress a guy on a date, it means he's the prize. It should be the other way around. He should be the one trying to impress you. What I want you ladies to think is to think about that guy that really, really wants to go on a date with you, but you can't stand him and you wouldn't give him the time of day. Think about that guy, okay? When you go on the dates, you have to treat these guys like that guy. You gotta imagine that he's that guy or something like that, so that you don't go on these dates feeling nervous or with butterflies and trying to impress a guy. If you're doing that, it means that you see him as a prize. You have this man on a pedestal. You should be the one on a pedestal. You are the prize, and he should be the one that is trying to impress you. I do not know why we have this. You know, I do not know why everything is reversed now. You all notice that? Like, with the reality right now, everything is so reversed. It's so bizarre. Like, am I the only one that's feeling that something is terribly, terribly wrong in this matrix? Like, something is wrong. Like that feeling deep down. Yes, I don't do that anymore. I'm the prize, not him. Awesome. I love that. Yeah, a lot of things are reversed now, okay? Women are breadwinners now. Women are making the first move. Women are masculine and men are becoming feminine. Everything is reversed, and it's like, I feel like it's by design. Like they do that on purpose. Crown says shit's weird. Yeah. Everything's so weird. Hey, Crown. It feels like the matrix. It is the matrix. And I tell you guys this all the time, and I don't care how woo it sounds. This is the energy extraction matrix, like a prison matrix. Okay? The only reality that matters is your immediate reality. The external reality doesn't matter, because the external reality is going to tell you that you need to be scared. Oh, look at this. You should be super scared. Oh, look at this. You should be triggered. You should be angry right now. That's the external reality. Okay, I do not know if you guys have noticed, but for the past year and a half, I haven't seen anything positive coming from the external reality. It's all fear, fear, fear. Get triggered, get angry. Go out and march. Okay, so it's you know, and I do not know if you guys have noticed, but the external reality is getting louder and louder, and it's even more difficult to ignore it. So you gotta focus on creating your reality, because the only reality that matters is the one that you create for yourself. The external reality and the noise, it don't matter. It's not your reality. All you do is say, I do not consent to this and I do not participate, and that's it. And it has been working for me, so you guys should try it. Not sure if this is a hobby, but I like. Yeah, it sounds like a hobby to me. Adrenaline stuff like skydiving, hot air balloons, helicopter rides, bungee jumping. Yeah, that's a good hobby, girl. And that's a great hobby to meet men. Yeah, everyone is unbalanced in their energies. Absolutely. Aisha said a lot of men are resentful of women. Yep, and guess what? The matrix keeps getting weird. Yeah, a lot of these men are resentful. Okay, what was I reading, y'all? Hold on. Oh yeah, those men are not our target. Resentful men, fearful men, angry men, low vibrational men, broke men. Those men are not our target. So if you see men with those qualities, just ignore them, because if you entertain them, you're telling the universe that this is what you want. Shell said, another one that works for me is saying, you do not have permission to harvest or feed off my energy. I love that, absolutely. Why are they resentful? They are resentful because they are low vibrational. Their frequency is low. If you were a member of my Patreon, you will understand, because I've shown you guys the vibrational frequency chart, and fear, anger, resentment, those are very low vibration. And if you are vibrating high, and the higher you go, because self-love self-love and enlightenment is the highest vibrational frequency that a human can vibrate at, which is why I always preach that self-love is the highest form of love, because you cannot love anyone or anything unless you love yourself first. All right, as within so without, we are here to help ourselves first, not help other people, because usually if you speak to an NPC or something like that, if they're not speaking fair, they're talking about, oh, I just want to help people, blah blah blah. And when you look at these people that are saying, well, I just want to help people, they are miserable. All right, you cannot help anyone, like truly help anyone, if you do not help yourself. If you get on an airplane, they will tell you, put that mask on over your face before your baby, because guess what, if you don't, both of you are going to die. So I always say that self-love is the highest form of love there is, and after that is enlightenment, and that's the highest vibration that a human can vibrate at. And they have it in numbers, like I can't show the chart here, but it's 700 plus. Most people are vibrating at 200, which is anger, what's the other word, apathy, fear, shame, guilt. So when you go on dates, the majority of men that you meet are vibrating at 200 and below. Most people are low vibrational creatures. Most people are. And this is why they are not in alignment. They are imbalanced. Their life is in shambles, because we in the spiritual community, they talk about the 3D and the 5D. Okay, we are, the external reality is the 3D external reality. We are unfortunately in this matrix, and we have to function in this matrix, unfortunately. However, if your 3D life is in shambles and you have not been able to master your 3D life, do not expect to ascend to the 5D. So I didn't mean to go deep, because this is stuff that we don't talk about here on Instagram or YouTube, but someone asked a question, but yeah. But anyways, yeah. If these guys are resentful, you do not deal with those men at all. Pick up yourself, take your purse and walk away. You do not have to consent to whatever is going on in front of you. All right, because I would literally walk out from a date if I feel like the person has issues. Men call you selfish. That's good. Yeah, that guy on Clubhouse said we have to be selfish first before we are selfless. Absolutely, and I do not know who this guy is, because I rarely ever, unless the guy is talking about spirituality and stuff like that, it depends on what he's talking about. But stuff like you level up and relationship advice, I wouldn't take from a man. But I would listen to a guy who is spiritual, because usually in order for you to become spiritual, you have to let go of a lot of the ego. You have to vibrate at a higher vibrational frequency. And I can tell when someone is really and truly spiritual and has done the inner work, because the funny thing is, men rarely ever do inner work. Like, it's very rare to see to come across a guy that does inner work, shadow work or whatnot. They don't. So they will be vibrating on a low vibrational frequency for literally the rest of their lives. So those guys are not your target, ladies. Just remember that. People who help others but don't help themselves are just trying to prove something. If you want to genuinely help others, you should focus on yourself first. Absolutely. People, and you know what? People like that tend to be very bitter, resentful. They have like a lot of resentment in their heart. They become sick. Do you know any? I'm sure you guys know someone who would literally bend over backwards to help someone. In my country, they call it cutting your nose off to spoil your face, to help someone. Um, those people tend to be tend to have bad health. They have pain and stuff like that. Eventually, as they get older, they don't do very well. And when you look at them, they look very drained, and like they don't really have that vitality left. I can't explain it. He was talking about habits of self-made millionaires. Okay, great. How do you deal with low vibrational people around you? I don't want to marry a man who has anger, shame, guilt. Just don't. If you don't want to marry a man who has anger, just don't marry him. Emily, what you asking me? All right, and again, you gotta. I sent you a video, Emily, and in that video, it basically outlined how to deal with these people, because you do not know what they are. You do not know if you are dealing with a spirited human being, or if you're dealing with, let's say, an NPC. You don't know. So asking, knowing that most men don't do inner work. Oh, okay. Yeah. Listen, all you have to do is manifest that guy. He will come. Because I'm going to tell you guys, and I'm going to tell you guys this, and then I'm going to go, because I don't even know why I'm here so long. Yeah. When I manifested my husband, I was tired of dating. I was so over it, yo. Like, at that point, I had given up. I had just broken up. But, I manifested him before I met my ex, because I wanted someone that was reliable. That was very important to me, because I was tired of dealing with flakes. Someone that was a provider, someone that was kind. I had all these qualities that I wrote down, and I manifested him. And and it, like, a lot of the stuff, like, he had to be good looking or well dressed. I didn't even write none of that stuff, because that stuff didn't matter to me at the time, and it still doesn't, because my husband is not someone that dresses well. If we go out, I have to go in his wardrobe and pick stuff out, or take him shopping or something like that, with his pointed minds, obviously. But yeah, he's not that type of guy. He's very simple. But when I met him at first, I was like, why? First of all, why is he talking to me like? I look at him like this, and then he was still talking to you, and I was like, hey. Yeah, write on the qualities that you want. Okay, let me stop talking about myself. Write on the qualities that you want in a man, ladies, and only entertain men with those qualities. If you want a guy that is reliable, do not entertain an unreliable motherfucker. If you want a guy that is a provider, do not entertain a man that has 50-50 mindset. It's that easy. A lot of women think that they can go with these guys that have 50-50 mindset and change them. Stop doing that. All you're doing is giving away your time and your energy. Do not waste time. I literally was just telling people in the group that there's a reason why God gave us an allotted time to be able to give birth or whatnot. We do have a biological clock. There's a reason why God gave us that time, and a lot of you all are out here wasting time, being in a relationship for years with no marriage in sight, nothing going on, chasing men, putting men on pedestal. Stop wasting your time. Do not waste your time. Christine said you cannot change men. I'm gonna say it like how she wrote it. You cannot change men. She's clapping you all in the comments. And you know what? I agree 100%. Is it possible to attract a man who doesn't gameplay? I feel like all men play games. Yes, I'm sure it's possible, because my husband was none of that shit. None of that. Like, I was like, what? He's not playing games. He's not like, ignoring me for an entire week. Like, what's going on? My clock kicked in this year, and that's okay. That's okay. You know what you want, and you gotta figure out what you want. Because ladies, you cannot say you want something, but you entertain the exact opposite. You cannot say you want a provider, but you entertain a 25-year-old guy that lives at his mama. You cannot say that you want a man with values, but you're entertaining a guy with 1,000,001 baby mamas. You gotta, I mean, you gotta look, ladies, you gotta pay attention to what you're doing. You gotta be intentional with what you do in life, and you have to learn how to, ever so often, take a step back and reevaluate and see what's going on. All right. Sometimes you have to reevaluate. Sometimes you have to reflect, do some self-reflection. And sometimes if you feel like you are being blocked and the thing that you want is not coming, sometimes it means that you feel like you don't deserve it, or maybe you need to do some shadow work. I did do an event on the Patreon called An Introduction to Shadow Work. We talk about that on the Patreon. It's still there. If you sign up to my Patreon, you will have access to over 1.5 years worth of content on the Patreon. That's why sometimes I rarely ever post on YouTube, because we're busy on the Patreon. We're busy on the Patreon. I'm pretty happy with my audience. Even though I have a small audience, I'm pretty happy with my audience. All right. You need to redo your list. That's okay. This lifestyle is actually hard. Yeah, no one said it was going to be easy, because there is a lot of work that needs to be done. In this entire experience here in this prison matrix was never meant to be easy. And if someone is promising you something easy, don't do it. Because think about it, like Hollywood is telling you that, oh, make your own money and date a guy and go 50-50, you can make money too, and you can split the bills, you can just be a pick-me. That's what Hollywood is telling you, and it's easy to be a pick-me. Okay, it's easy to be a pick-me, very easy. But being a hypergamous woman is not easy. But you can practice, raise your standards, etc., until it becomes second nature. So, is the link in the bio? Yes, the link is in my bio. If you're listening on YouTube, the link is in the description. The link is in the bio. All right, so ladies, yeah, we cover all of this. This is not new. This is not new for us, because the ladies that have been following me for a while, this is not new. And I didn't actually mean to go deep, but maybe there's a reason why I'm sitting here saying what I'm saying. But ladies, you really have to be intentional with your life. And again, you cannot be saying that you want something but doing the exact opposite. Y'all, I'm looking out the window and I'm seeing my cat on my neighbor's roof. Anyways, oh child, these pets. I don't understand it. Like, why is she over there? So like I was saying, if you want a guy that's decent, that is high value, you cannot entertain men that are the exact opposite. You cannot entertain men that are low value. So ladies, write what you want and only entertain the men that have those qualities. And you're gonna be, it was like night and day for me. Like literally night and day. All of a sudden I started dating men, and they were reliable. They said what they were going to say. They said what they were going to do. They were providers. They took me to nice restaurants and took me on nice dates. I even got flew out a few times, and I didn't have to pay anything. Not once I had to pull out my wallet or anything like that. You can manifest this lifestyle, and study the law of assumption, ladies. I'm gonna share a video about the law of assumption in the group. Remind me to share that video, y'all, because y'all know I'll be forgetting. Remind me to share that video, and I need to get out of here because I have a consultation coming up soon. Anyway, remind me to share that video about the law of assumption, because I can also help you manifest. All right? So, I think this message is for me. Preach, girl, preach. Okay, girl. All right, ladies. I think I'm gonna end this live here. I didn't plan to be on here this long, but yeah, I have to say goodbye, and I'll talk to you ladies soon. Bye, y'all, and don't worry, I'll upload the replay on Instagram soon. Bye.